Yo, Facebook, what's up? Happy Tuesday night. I've had a fantastic day talking to amazing clients, which, as well as yesterday, has prompted this Facebook Live. Now, I'm doing this on my business page as well as on my personal profile. So I have both lots of comment sections open. So let's talk about sticking some business boundaries somewhere, shall we? Let's go. Okay, so as I said, this conversation was prompted after more than one client conversation, and both business and personal boundaries, and even something that's come up in my own scope at the moment. A lot of people have put a lot of work and effort into their businesses this year, and I am absolutely blessed to be surrounded by many of these women. But what's happened is people have come out of the wood. Oh, I've got a chat now, so I have to over dramatize what I'm saying. It's a long standing joke. Is that enough, Suzanne? Getting back to point. So what's actually happening, and this has happened to me, there's some people from the past that in various ways have started showing up. Now, whether they've noticed some of my clients' success and have decided they want a piece of that, whether they've decided that they've changed their mind and they don't want to do the work anymore and they're attempting to manipulate refunds that aren't valid refunds to be requesting, or they're saying to people, no, you're doing it all wrong, undermining their confidence and then going out and doing the thing that they said was incorrect. So this is some of the shit that's been happening. And I know it's because as people shift and grow and their vibration shifts and grows, people are either going to want a part of it or going to pull them back. So what do we do in this instance? Okay, we need to really start putting in our boundaries, because we want to be set for an amazing 2019, and we don't want to have lingering doubts or things that we're hanging on to from this year. So I tend to get a little bit dramatic sometimes, and if somebody's kind of like driving you nuts, I just tend to be like, just block them. Get rid of them. You don't have to put up with that. But I also understand there's nuances to different relationships. So that was my light. Just give me a moment. There goes the light. Let me put some light back on this subject. There we go. The light is back on the subject. So there's nuances, right? So people have different kinds of relationships and different needs. So if the block and delete is not going to work for you, here's some other things I really want to discuss. Your boundaries need to be quite clear in your client agreements and your documented conversations. Now, I know for a lot of us, we get on the phone, we have a chat, we might have loose conversations in Messenger, and then we get on a call that's potentially not recorded, and we have agreements. What I really need everyone to understand is that's not enough, especially if it's not recorded. So client agreements, make them really clear. If you're on my This Chick Means Business page, Shalini Nandan's on here. Have a chat to her about agreements. Make it really clear the time frames that you work, your office hours. Somebody said that they were getting messages at midnight and 6 a.m. from a client just demanding and demanding and demanding, and they were getting worn out because they hadn't put the boundaries in their agreements. Now, we might think that there's some common sense that goes along with some of that, but sometimes common sense goes out the window when the other people are stressed, worried, anxious, or whatever it is. So put everything in writing. If you're on the phone and you're having a chat with somebody and you're like, yep, cool, this is how it works, send them an email and make sure that both of you are very clear on what was discussed, because how you deliver the information, sometimes it doesn't get received as clearly as you would imagine in the communication. And I know sometimes we just hear the things that we really, really want to hear. So that's business boundaries and agreements. Now, if you've got clients that are hard work, aren't doing the work, that are no longer a good fit, you are allowed to let them go. Let them go with love and grace, and let them go for their own good as well as your own, but you are allowed to remove them from your life. Now, something that also has come up is toxic people. So whether they're friends in groups or whether they're friends, you are under no obligation whatsoever to keep toxic people in your life. You're not. Cut them loose for your own sanity. Because what happens when you let them go, it creates this space for new, amazing, and wonderful people to come back into it. And this is how you're going to have an amazing 2019. Client agreements that are really detailed and well documented. The more detailed, the better, right? Really clear terms and conditions, really clear on what they're getting. If something changes from the original agreement, make sure you have an amendment somewhere. If there's people in groups that you talk about your work, but you're feeling like they're taking your ideas or they're undermining your confidence, you don't have to stay in touch with them. I know people talk professional courtesy and things like that, but here's how I handle it. So if you think somebody is actually going to is undermining you or stealing your ideas, or they're coming to you and they're fishing and they ask you a question, just say, oh, that's a great question. What do you think? Then this way you don't have to damage the relationship. You don't have to give away your trade secrets. You're under no obligation to answer, and it doesn't paint you out as a bitch if that's what you're worried about. Me personally, those days are gone. If you annoy me or I don't like you or whatever, you're just gone, right? And then if there's people in your life that have, been in your world for a long time and they're stealing your business, stealing your ideas, if they're making you feel crap, what's the trade-off by keeping them in your life? What are you getting from maintaining relationships that do not serve, support, empower, or uplift you? That would be my question to you. Because it's been a big year of culling for me, and all of these conversations have happened over the last 2 days. And maybe because we've just come out of Mercury retrograde and people have still got stuff to heal and it's all coming through, or I'm not quite sure what the stage of the moon is at. But for whatever it is, now seems to be the time, whether it's personal or professional, to really give yourself permission to have clarity around it. And make sure your agreements are good to go for 2019. Make sure you are surrounded by your A team. I did my mastermind call today. Unfortunately, all the girls couldn't make the call, but the girls were there. I just love them. They're amazing. And why do we not want to be surrounded all of the time by all of the amazing? Yeah, I don't know. And if you're punishing yourself and keeping shit people in your life because of obligation or anything like that, let's have the conversation about how you can gently remove them, or abruptly remove them and just unfriend them if you're like me. But like I said, I know that doesn't work for everybody. And let's just look at how we can have a really clean out, tidy up end of 2018, move into 2019 brilliantly set up for the most amazing year. And I'll be around over Christmas, so if anyone needs help or wants to chat about stuff, reach out, because I am determined that 2019 is just going to be amazing. So anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you know anyone who needs to hear this, feel free to tag them or share this live. I think that's all Embrace, shameless plug, Embrace starts in full on Thursday night, so there's still time to join us for that group coaching program. And that's about it, really. I hope you're all doing really, really well. And ladies, gators, have a good one.